What's going on? What's going on, good people?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you may be watching
Yeah.
episode 95 of the Fowl Language Podcast, everybody?
Yes, sir. Like every episode, man, put your headphones on if you're at work, put the kiddies to bed, get your accessories out, because you might just hear some foul language. Let's go. Let's get
Got
it, man.
that right. Roll the intro.
Perfect.
All right, brother, let's kick this thing off. While you getting your little dance on from your little shoulder rock. What accessories you got this evening?
First of all, top half. That's all I can move. This bottom half, damn near dead. But I can't do nothing. But accessory, man, Belvedere, cranberry juice, man, nothing major. We're just gonna keep going with that.
We got to find you like something.
Yeah, I gotta. I don't know, man.
It's got to be something better than vodka, red wine.
You know what? I'm gonna tequila next week. I'm switching up. I'm
Something.
gonna do some silver tequila. We might not be. Never mind.
Gin, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people like gin.
For my cigar, man, I got the EC red tail.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pretty damn good so far, man.
Yes,
I see
sir.
a couple draws, but this shit's burning good, smoking good, man. Y'all look forward to hear what I got to say afterwards. What you got going on, bro?
I actually forgot about those, man. Thanks for reminding me. They're in the box in the bottom of the humidor.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Gonna fire one of them up soon. So tonight, I start with the liquor first. So tonight, I went digging in my crates to see what I had in the back, and I had a little bottle of Ardbeg on Oa to finish off. So I figured I'd come with the Scotch tonight and step away from bourbon. And man, I have been drinking bourbon for a long time because wow, when I took that first sip, I wasn't ready,
I miss Brown.
and I was like, you know what? I can't do a weak cigar with a Scotch as potent as the Ardbeg. So I went and got Roma Craft Cro-Magnon. So hopefully I can make it through the end this evening because both of these bad boys tend to be on the potent side. So
I don't know about them dark leaf joints. Them shits be like potent, man. Every dark
it depends. It's not always the leaf, but I've had this one before. And yeah, Roma Craft likes to make them strong. So we'll see. So check back in. Hopefully I will make it to all three check-ins. If not, if you see the top of my hat, just know it's a good cigar and a good whiskey.
Old motherfucker fell asleep. That's what happened.
I'll be back in episode 96. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, just in case. All right, check back in. We'll let you know how they're treating us.
All right, guys, it's that time again, man, with all the negative shit that's still going on. I don't think that shit's ever going to stop, man. But we like to keep it positive with the what's best in life, man. Bringing some of our positive world to y'all, you know what I'm saying? You might be having a bad day. This might make your day with the Whipple, man. So, brother, what's best in life?
Oh, man, it's been a week, man. So for about the past 2 weeks or so, I've realized that I got to go back into the office officially for a full day. And it was my first time in over 3 years actually going to the office all day. And I've been dreading that shit, man. Not even the fact of going, just the fact of, I mean, because I'm up anyway, but it's the fact of driving down there, paying the park, going into the building, sitting at a desk, can't go work outside and smoke a cigar, the usual shit that I've been doing for the past 3 years. But it really wasn't even that bad, man. So I went today, had a good time, did some work, and it was what it was. Had a couple cigars today. Simone, they had their final, they call them Swamp Romp. It's kind of like a pep rally / thing. They don't really do Honors Day. So in the group chat, y'all be sharing all the awards and shit. We don't really have those. So this is the closest that they do. And so Simone was in the Lighthouse. She got selected last year. She was in it this year. And so she got selected again for next year. So definitely shout out to her for that. She was a little bit bummed because some of her friends that were in it last year didn't make it. It's like,
hey, got to trim the fat.
Competition.
Got to trim
So
the fat.
that was good. Let's see. In my MF and research fast food money counter, I can now go to Panera.
Oh shit! You got
money. I can't buy a family food. I can go to Panera by myself. Okay? Just me.
That's dope, man.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Again, I guess I'll do another MF and research update, man. It's kicking, man. It's The video that's out right now probably has the most views in 2 days that I've ever had. So that's cool. And my popular video is getting close to 7,000 views. So
Hell
excited
yeah.
about that. It's going. It's probably one of still my most watched video. So that's dope to see. Got a busy weekend planned with some friends and family, and or not family, but friends, and some stuff going on around the neighborhood and shit. So we'll be doing that. Otherwise, that's really it, man. Kim had a busy week. That's about it. We're looking forward to school being out and a long weekend next weekend, man. So how about you?
Let me see. Let's start with the kids, man. So Shania had a sports banquet. She got cheerleading MVP around this motherfucker.
What?
You know what I'm saying? And she only had to do one exam, man. She got exempt from us all her exams again, so she
You know,
could.
that's interesting that they let them exempt early now, because man,
Yeah.
couldn't do that shit back in my day.
Keontae, he got exempt from all of his fucking shits. His tests he got to take. He got exempt for all of them, and he skipped intermediate band and he went straight to advanced band on that ass. So he doing some shit that very few seventh graders get to do. That's mostly all eighth graders. So he's joining advanced band, and they actually do a concert in Atlanta,
Oh,
beginning
cool.
of the year every year. So
What's he playing again?
the saxophone,
Okay, keeping it sexy.
keeping it
Yes,
sexy.
sir.
Yeah, man, and Kevion had his awards day this week. He got a couple of awards and stuff, and
Mhm.
how they do it here, I guess. I'm like, what the fucking hell? But you know, it works. I guess is basically after a certain time they cut off. There's no such thing as being counted absent no more. So my boys is basically done with school. Shit, Shania too. My kids are basically done with school already. Summer is already in the
All
works already. And I was like, y'all better be damn grateful because your grandma didn't give a damn if we was exempt from anything. She didn't give a fuck. You going to school. Ain't nothing to do. Where you gonna sit your ass there do nothing.
Only reason I didn't go when I was exempt is because I went to work. That
You
was
went to
it.
work.
I went to
Yeah.
work and got my driver's license. That was it.
After a while, I just stopped going. But
We know.
that's neither here
We
nor
know.
there. My physical therapist he prescribed me this electrotherapy machine. It's called a Next Ways or something
Hmm.
like that. It's pretty much a really advanced tens unit.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, and I've been using it. That shit came in yesterday. Been using that, man. This weekend, well, tomorrow is gonna be like our we take a child and we go do something with that child, like spend time one on one type
Oh,
shit. We
that's
do
cool.
that. So tomorrow is me and Kevion's turn, and Janeke and Keontae gonna go do their thing. So I'm gonna take Kevion to a little trampoline spot. He gonna be jumping by his damn self. But he said I explained it to him. I broke that shit down like a fucking shotgun, and he still wants to go. So
I
I said,
mean,
I
yeah.
bet you jump your ass off, son. If anything
It's
happen,
not,
I'll baby deer that shit to you.
you be hands and knees on them. Motherfucker.
I get to his ass though, guarantee that shit. Combat roll the whole goddamn way. But he wants to do that and some pizza. So
That would make the news.
father, combat rolls a safe son.
Father rose 45 feet to save son.
That should be wild. Um so yeah, man, we're gonna be doing that Saturday. Sunday, I'm probably gonna go shoot.
I need to go do that.
Speaking of shooting, I went ahead and registered my SBR.
Oh, yeah.
So I went ahead and did that shit. So I'm gonna take my motherfucking SBR and I'm gonna go shoot the shit out of it on Sunday. God damn it! Got the hook, got the 500 rounds for the low. So I'm gonna shoot them hoes. God damn it!
Mm.
And I'm gonna have a real grand old motherfucking time.
When you come, bring it. I want to shoot that motherfucker too.
Indeed, that shit's so fun. It's so fun. And then motherfuckers just look at you crazy like, oh shit, what the fuck he got? Cause foldable butt stop that I racked that bitch.
Those that know.
Yeah, but motherfucker, oh my god, they just watching me shoot and shit. I can't wait. I'm gonna show the fuck out tomorrow. I'm gonna send the target all the way back to the fucking wall. I'm gonna goddamn, I'm gonna call my shots, headshot, arm. I'm gonna be so fucking
Yo,
extra.
you know what I started doing?
What?
Just for shits and giggles. So you know on the target, there's like the mini version of the target in the top left hand corner. That's like
Mm-hmm,
a silhouette of the target. It's like this big.
mm-hmm,
I started shooting that.
mm. That's not bad practice for him.
Yeah.
Like for real, that's actually pretty fucking dope. But yeah, man, I went ahead and I've talked to you, talking to Bobo, and so I ain't got to pay $200, and I can still enjoy one of my favorite firearms that I own.
Mm.
I just went ahead and pulled the trigger. It was actually a really fucking easy process.
Yeah.
On top of that, the most clutchest thing is I still had my fucking fingerprints from when I had to get my security clearance redone. So I just
Hmm.
plugged them bitches in. Come like, you know what, goddamn, my fingerprints ain't motherfucking changed. Here, take
I
this.
was gonna say, and two, especially for you being a soldier, like people worry about, like private citizens worry about, like being in the system. All your shit's in the system.
It's there. It's already there. My blood type, my dental records,
Your
like
beats per minute, all that shit.
everything. So fuck it, man. It
Yeah,
is what it
man.
is, man. And just trying to continue to heal these knees and stuff of mine, man. Stay healthy and shit like that. And
Hmm.
Melanin Warriors is doing what Melanin Warriors do, man. Shout out to them trolls out there, man. The motherfuckers that just they hear melanin and they go, I feel attacked. Face ass motherfuckers. Fuck y'all.
Oh
But
man.
other than that, man, that's what's best in life, brother. Good cigars, good drink. Oh, I cooked on
Ooh,
the grill for Mother's
ooh,
Day. That was
yes
pretty fucking
sir,
dope. I
yes
enjoyed
sir.
that. I ain't cooked on the grill in a minute, man. And Mother's Day was spectacular for my wife, man. I was, you know how you know it was fucking spectacular? Because about 8, 9 o'clock, sat down and reclined. I was like, I'm done. Fuck this shit.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was a good week, man. Everything's beautiful, man. And
Good
now
man.
that's the best in life.
Awesome, awesome, man. So everybody out there, whoever's gonna comment, let us know your wibbles. Let us know what is best in life for you. We would love to hear it. So everybody, this topic came Casey on his Melanin Warrior podcast for his anniversary episode. He broke down melanin and what it was. So I went to dictionary.com to pull up the definition of it. So I am going to read the definition of melanin right now before we get started so we are all on the same page. Dark It is a dark brown to black pigment occurring in the hair, skin, and iris of the eye in people and animals. It is responsible for tanning of skin exposed to sunlight. So, now that we have that, we have also known that right now, a lot of people, our black culture has latched on to the word melanin, and you see melanin popping, melanin warrior podcast, all kind of stuff related to the word melanin. And what's so interesting to me is that a lot of times people get butt hurt, and you mentioned the trolls on your channel when you mention the word melanin, they talk about, like, for example, on yours, somebody's so obsessed with skin color and yada yada yada. So I thought, or you thought actually, based on that, it'd be fun to kind of talk about, like, why are people so offended by the word melanin and seed?
Well, like you said, man, I had these trolls, man. That shit was funny, first of all, man. Like some of them kind of got pissed me off just for a hot second. But I'm like, these computer gangsters, these motherfuckers don't matter to me at all. But and also apparently, guys, and I'm saying according to my trolls, you can go look in my comments, guys, if you don't believe me. Apparently, I'm a black supremacist in the military. I didn't realize that was a thing, but here I am. But I digress. But I don't really
Mhm.
get why uh fuck it, white people are offended by the word melanin. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like if you look up the definition, as you just said what the definition of melanin was, if you got fucking um black pubic hair, bro, you got melanin in you, bro. Like you can't fucking defy that, but it's a word that we took as melanin people to, I guess kind of empower ourselves, if you will, to use something that wasn't necessarily given to us, like crumbs, how they went from nigger to colored to negro to African American to black and all the, you know what I'm saying? Everything else that was just labeled upon us. This is something we
Mhm.
actually labeled ourselves with. Even though, African American was more civil rights era, Martin Luther King, even though he used the word the Negro and stuff too back then. But melanin is just something that our generation and generation right behind us is showing more pride in, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
80s, 90s, 70s, all whatever, people with darker complected skin, they were ashamed of their skin. They were
Sure.
they were bashed about their skin color being so dark. But now people are embracing it more, and we're not saying that we're better than anybody else, but I mean, we got a little more extra melanin than a lot of folks, man, and I should be motherfucking popping, man. We can't goddamn help it. We children of the sun, goddamn it. But
Mm-hmm.
the scientific fact of everybody has melanin in their body to protect them from the sun, more or less. Animals too, like you said, they have melanin in them too. But we use that to empower ourselves. In the moment, certain people who are borderline racist, I say their racism is showing when you attack somebody when they saying something about melanin, especially with the Melanin Wars podcast. When I mentioned that this person may have been of melanin descent, has been melanin descent,
Stirring
they
up all the shit.
they be so pissed off. Where's your facts? Where's your this? This guy must be smoking crack. All this other dumb shit that I've heard these motherfuckers say the past couple weeks or months when I post these videos, especially when I did the Royals of Egypt. They was on fire about the Egyptian shit, man. But
Mm-hmm.
that really don't fucking matter. I don't understand why it's a threat, but obviously you fucking threaten. We're a people that's starting to branch more out on our own versus trying to integrate ourselves. We're becoming more independent as a people here in this fucking country, and people are starting to feel threatened by it. That's really all I fucking got, man. And if you really got a problem with melanin and you just don't read well, then shut the fuck up. But do a little bit of education on the shit, man. And for my melanated people, let's go ahead and change that up real quick. My people that got a little bit more melanin than the average Joe, understand what melanin is too. That's not just yours. Because I know some black people gonna be like, oh, this Uncle Tom ass motherfucker, blah 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 blah. Even though
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Tom wasn't a bad guy anyway, guys. Once again, read a book. Um, y'all gotta understand what melanin means too. Yes, it's ours. We've taken this word just like we use the N word to empower ourselves. We found a better word um to empower ourselves and our people and our kids and everything like that. But just understand the root word and where it comes from. Don't just be, oh, my melanin, my melanin, my melanin, real ratchet, because you see the shit on social media everywhere and don't know what the fuck it means.
Mm-hmm.
So before you even say anything to somebody else that explains to you what melanin means, go fucking read a book. But honestly, I
Mm-hmm.
haven't had any of those comments in any of my shorts or videos from our own people saying it, because more than likely they fucking get it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, man, that's really it, bro. So what do you
Mm-hmm.
think about these people that's so offended by melanin?
So I'm gonna go back to like the definition first. And in your video, and I had to get that picture from you. You had a very good picture that had like a kind of like a chart that
Mm-hmm,
showed like how like highly melanated versus not as much melanin.
mm-hmm,
And to that point that in the definition, if you go get tans and you get a more bronzer hue, melanin is the reason why that happens.
mm-hmm,
So, moving from that, um, one of the things, I mean, that kind of, I don't want to say irked me, but, I was like, kind of, y'all be careful that when we started using the term melanin um, to be synonymous with black or whatever the case may be, I was like, well, everybody has it. Like, I would prefer, and I've said it before, to be like highly melanated or something along that. And you see that some, but I mean, also that doesn't look good on a shirt sometimes. Melanin popping is a lot easier to put on a shirt than my highly melanated self is popping. Although it might be, whatever. If you like that idea on the shirt, hit us in the comments. We can get somebody to get that for you. But that's another story for another day.
might be coming real soon.
Yeah. So I think what happens is because of that correlation between when people hear melanin and black, they start clutching their pearls and getting getting in a tizzy. I mean, because like some of your videos, even at the base, like let's assume that you were saying that these particular people, like when you talked about Cadmus, I believe,
Mm-hmm,
let's assume for a minute that you said that he was melanated. Whether you see him or not, that's true. And whether you want to believe he's black or not, that's still true to some degree. And what I think you were trying to say is he was more melanated than is culturally accepted
mm-hmm,
or recognized, or whatever the case may be. And I think that distinction is what's important. And I think what happens is because they hear that, it messes up their head canon. And the hardest thing for people to do is you know, go against something that they've always believed to be a
Hmm.
thing for forever, never, never, never,
Yeah,
ever.
because like the
And
ancient Greeks, bro, their skin color was the same as yours.
yeah,
Actually,
I mean, and they
Motherfuckers like,
get butthurt when something messes with their head canon. You see it all the time, and we're going to talk about another topic later, where oh man, their head canon gets all in a tizzy when somebody with a little higher count of melanin engages in that pastime. Um, Hell, both of the topics we gonna be real black tonight, y'all. It's gonna be fun.
every day. I got an all black right now.
Um, almost, almost, but yeah, so I mean, I think that's the thing. It's like a defense mechanism, and like the arguments, because I read some of them, they were entertaining. I mean, they get really weak, to be honest with you, and it's one of those things where it's like the goal in a lot of those comments to try to prove you wrong than to try to have a dialogue. And like we say all the time, like if you want to be a troll and you want to have a debate, come on, we can
Hmm.
talk about it. But don't be like, oh, you wrong, you ignorant asshole, yada yada yada. That's not where dialogue and discussion
Yeah,
has because it's not beneficial. And I think that butthurtness, if that's a term, it will be tonight, is what really kind of drives me as entertaining. And it's one of those things that what's wrong to that point where they were like somebody so fascinated with the skin tone. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not?
yeah. Why the fuck not? We
Why
we didn't
not?
we didn't say nothing about fucking William Wallace and fucking Leonidas
Right, right.
every
It's the
fucking thing
same
else. Like,
kind of energy. And the comment I said is if if I said white power, I'd be racist. Not the same discussion. That's not the same discussion.
because even
And
that is taken out of context to mean
yeah,
something more
mm,
racist and
exactly.
like
That's more systemic. Yeah, we get to talking about like systemic
yeah,
racism and white supremacy and shit like that.
if you're more
So,
just like proud of I'm a white guy and I'm proud of it, I ain't got no problem with that.
or
Good for you.
proud of your culture. I
Yeah,
mean, how many times I'm 15% Irish, Scandinavian, Dutch. Okay,
yeah, that's dope.
Same energy, same energy.
I low key envy shit like that because that's something we'll never know.
Same exact energy. And I mean, like, why get upset with somebody like you who's celebrating that when if somebody were to have a my Dutch sailors or whatever the case may be would be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, why get so butthurt? Like, I don't know. I don't really have a lot on this one. It's just stop being so butthurt, man. For real.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the the Caucasian Warriors podcast to cover some shit like that.
Well, that was the thing,
Like,
like with Black Panther, though. Like everybody was like, "What if there was a White Panther?" And yada 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 yada. It's like,
like,
shut up.
you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, I remember one comment was so fucking funny, man. It was like, I guess I went to the Panther library
Mm-hmm.
in the fiction section.
Yeah.
Like, that's cute.
Right.
But man, it's just it's funny to me. It's not upsetting at all.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, these motherfuckers won't say that shit in my face.
Well, and yeah, I mean, and we live real life.
Yeah.
We, what I'm saying? We hit end on the record button and go out and do real shit. I mean, and not against anybody, but this isn't my entire bubble. You know what I'm saying? What
Right.
I see on this screen is not my entire span of reference, nor is it
Right.
yours. And because of that, I can separate. Like if somebody says something I don't like, X, I don't have to deal with it. Like to be so butthurt to leave long mini essays
Yeah.
in the comments of a video, which helps your engagement, it's just
And
crazy to me, man. Like I don't understand like what the intention is, what's the goal, like why do you do that?
my longest one, I was a black heathen.
Mm,
The demons and going to
mm,
hell and some other stuff. Fucking heretic.
yeah, all those things.
But it's funny, man. Hey man, y'all put some in the comments, man. What y'all think about these people that's offended by melanin, man? And what does melanin mean to you? It don't matter what your official ethnicity is or whatever you want to
Sure.
call yourself. 'Cause I really don't give a fuck what you are because we all bleed the fuck the same any goddamn way.
Hmm.
But what it means to you, man. Let's hear it. I want to hear some in the comments, man. But if you want to be disrespectful and on some troll shit, hey, we are some well educated melanin, highly melanated men over here. So we would dig in your motherfucking shit if you don't come correct.
I don't mind going back and forth in the comments if I got time. I mean, that's the other thing. I got time for all that shit, really.
Yeah.
But
Last episode I had time that day.
how your accessories treating you, man?
Hey man, the cigar is great, man. I thought it was gonna burn a little quicker after a while, but it didn't significantly
Yeah,
slow down, man. It's not too strong. It's not weak, man. It's that real medium shit that's gonna
that
have
right there. Yeah.
chilling the fuck out later on, man. It's just gonna be fun.
And let me guess, the vodka is the vodka.
The vodka is definitely the fucking vodka. Like I said, man, I gotta switch this shit up, bro. I gotta find me some tequila or like you said, I can't do gin, man. That's one
I
of
can't.
those. That was one of them shits I drank when I was broke as fuck, and I knew who had something to drink, and I wanted something to drink, and that's all they had. But
Mm-hmm.
nah, bro. I do some yeah, so maybe some rum or some shit, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
nah, no gin. But honestly, man, the accessories ain't too bad, man. How about yours, man?
Cool.
'Cause I know that scotch was jumping.
Yeah, man. So when I first sipped it, it was like super, super smoky.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh damn, I forgot. Um, but then as I've been smoking the cigar with it, it kind of leveled some of that smokiness off,
Mm-hmm.
and some of that sweet is really picking up, and it's getting pretty good. The cigar. So what's weird about Roman crafts to me sometimes is sometimes they burn fantastic, sometimes you got to fight with them a little bit. So this one is seeming to need like a double puff, and I've had to relight it a few times. I don't know. I might need to go look at my humidor and see what's going on in there. But I mean, I smoked a cigar yesterday and it was fine. So I don't know. And the day before that, it was fine. So I don't know. I mean, sometimes you win some, you lose some, but it's still a good cigar. They're going well. The pairing, like we talked about last week, accentuating the flavors between the two. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely getting good flavor tonight.
All right, man. So you know you own firearms. You're a firearm guy, man. You love it. You're pro 2A for the most part, I guess.
Yes, sir.
And as am I, man. I actually counted how many I had. I thought I didn't even realize I had that goddamn many. But being a melanated gun owner, man, you know it may come with its challenges and stuff like that, man. So, what do you think about being a black gun owner, sir?
So it's interesting because before I was always hyper conscious about, you know, that because the last thing you want to do is be like, oh, it's a black man and he's got a gun. Oh my gosh, run. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to have to deal with that. And then, you hear like stories about like Philando Castile and shit like that. And, it always makes you worry, being a gun owner and being black. Or, I mean, even like when you go to the range, like, are they watching me closer? Are they watching to see what I do? Are they making sure that I follow all the safety rules and shit like that? And then, I mean, the other thing too is you get all of the, people who are influenced by culture and like social media and shit, John Morant, and get influenced by like shit like that and try to like, oh, I got the gun. You know what I'm saying? Because like as I became more into firearms and shit, like all the guns that they rep in like rap songs and shit like that, those are like the trash guns, man. Like that ain't the good shit. So, and I was like, wow, I don't want no Draco ever.
Nah, I'm good on that.
I don't want no Tech Nine ever.
No, what is this? The 90s?
Right, Glock. I don't want a Glock ever.
Cliche.
Like, and I mean, and I was a kid, Biggie, touch my, what is it? Feel my Beretta. Like, okay, I get to take a Beretta now. Don't get me wrong. Um, but I just think that like, there are certain things that we still have to be mindful of, being out and about, being a gun owner, especially if you carry. And one thing I do appreciate now is that there are communities. What is it? Black Gun Owner International. Some like there's like two or three on Instagram that are pretty good communities. That not only there's NAG or NAGA, however it's pronounced. Um, there's communities and stuff, and then like Twista, he has a gun event I think once a year, and then there's a gun event in Atlanta. There's one in Savannah. And there's a couple of them. I think one in Tennessee somewhere or something like that. So there's a lot of us out there that are passionate. And if you look at like the largest demographic of gun owners right now, of new gun owners, they're black people, and that's cool. That's
Women
cool.
at that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So yes. So it's black people, and then women owner are the fastest growing. I have to look at the statistics again if confirmed, but I think they are the fastest growing demographic overall. So that's also good to see. Um, but there's a video that talked about being a black gun owner that I watched about a year or two ago, and it was interesting. And it talked about like, you know, things that somebody who's not black wouldn't even consider with being a gun owner that we have to consider. And I mean, I think that's one of those things like we talked about, like racial awareness. Being a firearm owner takes, that up a level. So like think about, for example, if you're in your house and something happens and you have to defend yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like when they come, you have to worry. I mean, because you already worry that they might mistake you for the bad guy anyway. But you have that's hyper vigilant because they're gonna make that snap judgment and be like, "Oh, black guy with a gun." Ooh, and I just hate like some of those negative connotations and stuff like that. Man, we just like to go pew pew and bang bang with everybody else, man. That's it. I mean, really what it boils down to. And then what I hate too is like I was watching videos of Black Rambo. I think it goes by on YouTube,
Oh,
and
okay.
like
I know what you're talking about.
he was shooting some wild shit.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
then when you see the comments, it's like, oh, another black guy with a gun can't shoot. And I'm like, y'all miss the fact that he's bringing gun ownership to a whole new group of people who wouldn't be as passionate as they were. And for those that are worried about gun control, you should be trying to bring more people on your side instead of trying to keep that stupid divide, because ultimately gun control is going to affect us all. And I mean, the fact that for anybody who's black and a gun owner, I'm pretty sure they're well aware that gun control is inherently racist in its origins. So I mean, that's always in the back of my mind too. And that's why I'm not on the side of, like strict gun control. I think that's not the way, just because of the historical ramifications of it and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think that's really it for me. I mean, I think buy all the guns you want, know how to use them, enjoy them. And, not only is it protection, you can hunt, um, and it's also a sport. I mean, it's also, you and I have talked so much about firearms. We've had conversations that we would have never had
Yeah.
if it weren't for firearms, and that's cool.
Fucking stressfully, but yeah.
It is that too. I mean, and yeah, so ignore like the negative shit and like let's focus on the positive of gun ownership, and then work on being more inclusive. I mean, it's I've heard somewhere it's cheaper to be a good person. It's better for all of us if we ignore that negative shit and just focus on us being, passionate about two-way together and have, two-way firearm kumbaya. Put your carry in the air or something like that. I don't know. What about you?
I don't think nothing, man. Y'all do the fuck y'all want.
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously. Um, yeah, as a black gun owner, you do kind of feel like, I ain't saying you have to, but you do kind of
Mm-hmm.
feel like you gotta tread softly, especially me
Mm-hmm.
being out here in Mississippi and I
Yeah.
hear shit fucking everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I wait, not now. I'm you know what I'm saying. I wish that motherfucker would type shit, but I'm anticipating the day where I do get stopped because
Mm-hmm.
some nervous Caucasian person sees this melanin brother with a firearm on his motherfucking hip. I'm waiting for the fucking day because I go into Walmart, somebody walk past, they'll look because sometimes I would have my shirts ain't ain't are fitted, and you can see the imprint of the weapon, and they'll look and then they'll just go about their fucking business, and it don't help. I wear my pro black shirts all the fucking time. That shit don't help at all. But it's one of those things where I feel like all of us should be one, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not only that it's a constitutional right. I feel like it's a fucking human right to want to protect your life,
Mm-hmm.
your family, and your fucking valuables, man. Just like anybody fucking else. It don't matter what the fuck
Mm-hmm.
your skin
Mm-hmm.
color is, but
Right.
we get all these stereotypical comments and looks and shit like that. But he must be a thug 'cause he's carrying a weapon and he's doing this and he's doing that. And like you said,
Mm-hmm.
he can't. He's shooting another black guy with a gun. They can't fucking shoot. Well, I done seen so many of us that's just fucking immaculate with the pistol, man. Me included, god damn it. Especially that one video, it was out a couple years ago where Buddy was just going ham at the range, and they were just like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, man, they out there, man, and there's so many.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
There's so many our people, so many organizations that teach that just go out there and shoot, man. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he do that shit in like Burke County or something like that out in Augusta,
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Daily ballistics, I think
Yeah.
that's what it's called, man. Shout out to bro, because they be shooting. He be out there training, man, from kids to grown folks, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fucking amazing because at one point in time we couldn't hold fucking firearms. We couldn't have a weapon. We couldn't do nothing. We went to war with pots and pans. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't even fucking carry a fucking weapon. But now we're in a society where we can, even though you see the music videos and all this other shit. But you also got to understand that's the environment that some of them actually grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the environment the people that's cutting the checks want them to perceive on the fucking
Sure.
TV. So it
Mm-hmm.
makes real life black gun owners look like the bad guy or whatnot. But I don't
Yeah.
give a damn, man. A lot of those situations that have happened. I'm not gonna mention the police because that's a great line. That's a great area right there. But when it's civilian on fucking civilian encounters where the Melanin brothers killed like Ahmaud Arbery, who got shot. I think I'm saying his name right.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have been jogging with that tool, a little bit different fucking story. But then again, he still would have got locked up because he's the black guy with the fucking gun. And just like you were saying, even in the self defense shit, even if you're in your own house, I mean, you got to carry yourself a certain fucking way because the police will get there not knowing what the fuck going on. The black guy with a fucking weapon. And
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, and I'm not saying that this is the way to fucking do it on paper or nothing like this, but this is just the way I've always said that I'm gonna do it. If you get into a self defense situation, I'm clearing my fucking weapon. I'm putting that bitch on the hood of the car. I'm putting that bitch on the table. That bitch is not gonna be within fucking arm's reach because
Right.
I don't need no motherfucking issues, no problem. It's not being scared or you a punk ass motherfucker scared of punk. No, fuck all that. Number one, I want to live. Number two, I'm too little to go to jail. Fuck what y'all talking about. Damn it. But it's these tricky things, man, and that's why even
Mm-hmm.
talked about it the other day about the concealed carry license, and I should still have one, and you should have one, even though we're in states that necessarily don't need one. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
these officers, and I found that out in one of my unit I was in Atlanta. A lot of these police officers, they don't even fucking know the laws themselves.
That is true.
All they see is black guy, gun, lock you up.
Mm-hmm.
If you got that little card or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got a better fucking chance of actually keeping your fucking firearm. And and us training there, and there's a lot of us out there, especially younger ones, you know what I'm saying? And they just go out there to shoot, say, I'm shooting, I'm a shooter now, but they got a fucking they hit over here, they over here, they ain't even got one fucking shot group this fucking size how it's fucking supposed to be. Get you some
Mm-hmm.
actual fucking training, man. Don't shoot because it's cute. Okay, that is a fucking weapon, that is a tool, that is an object to defend yourself that can
Mm-hmm.
take a fucking life. And we need to take it more seriously, man. That shit ain't cool. Like you
Mm-hmm.
see them all the time on Instagram. They got their kids with the dreads and shit. They got their head down. They got the pistol out. They got a black in their mouth or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't fucking cool, man. Y'all got down. I mean, and it makes it honestly makes it look bad for the rest of us. And
Mm-hmm.
neither either if they know it or not, the moment they post those kind of fucking pictures, the law enforcement people watching your ass automatically, as soon as they fucking see that shit, they own your motherfucking ass, man.
Right. And should something happen, that's the first thing they're gonna be is like he was glorifying it on social
Yep.
media.
Yep. So being a black gun owner is tricky, but it
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't frighten none of our people from not having theirs. Cause I'm gonna have
Mm-hmm.
mine. I mean, I don't broadcast my shit. I don't be on Fowl Language Podcast or Men of the Words Podcast. Like this is what I got today. This is what I got
Right.
today. You won't never know what the fuck I got. Only thing I just said earlier, like I didn't realize I had as many as I fucking had. That's
Mm-hmm.
the only fucking thing you gonna get out of me, man. But
Right. I mean, unless we pivoted for some reason to like a firearm podcast or something like that, and
yeah,
that'd be a
yeah.
little different. But yeah.
Way different, way different. But we all have the right to defend ourselves because at
Mm-hmm.
the end of it, whether you agree with the politics, whether you agree with the uh systemic racism, man, anything like that, we fucking Americans, man, and we got our rights too. And long as we're law abiding fucking citizens or whatever the fuck that may be, um,
Mm-hmm.
we got the right to carry our firearms, man, and do what the fuck we got
Mm-hmm.
to do. I'm gonna protect mine, man. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't really give a fuck at the end of the day. I will
Mm-hmm.
switch cheese your motherfucking ass, a dog included. That's
We
a
know.
story for another day.
We know. We know.
Yeah, man, that's really all I got, man. Y'all don't
Yeah.
be afraid of them, man. I know some people may have came from backgrounds where guns is all they saw, and they don't want to
Mm-hmm.
be involved with it. And I get that that trauma.
Sure.
But for those who just don't really understand it, how to get in it, they scared of what the white man gonna say, or they don't want
Mm-hmm.
to have the police called on me. Because it's been a couple of times when I walk around with mine and I hear, "All right, boy, the motherfucking police gonna be on your ass about it." No, the fuck they not. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
That was
gotta,
a good. That's yeah. That's
yeah, you
another
got,
point too.
yeah, you got to get away from that.
Yeah, because a buddy of mine he carries, and he was telling me a time where he went to he was carrying around like some of his family, and they were like moving or doing some shit, some repairs around a family member's house or something like that, and they saw his firearm on his hip, and I guess they weren't expecting him to have a firearm, and so it started like a whole dialogue, and it was one of those things where it's like the even within our own community, what you consider a gun owner is not, you know, that dude on the street trying to do dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, and I mean, being a black gun owner, is not only an issue of dispelling the myths in other cultures, but also within our own culture of what it means to be a black gun owner, to be a gun owner. You know what I'm saying? Like showing that it's a positive thing, showing that regular people own guns,
yeah,
and hell, guns can be a form of self care for some people. You know what I mean? And not like if you've seen Beef, the first episode of that, not in that kind of way. Um, don't do that. That's just stupid. But yeah, I mean it's a thing. And then I was also going to say one thing I did experience though. My first time going to the range, I was the only brother there, and I was rightfully apprehensive. You know that awareness was on high, but one of the things in more situations than not, when you're around other gun owners, they are happy that
hmm
that you're passionate about firearms and stuff like
I
that,
was just about to get there.
and aren't apprehensive if you're like, oh, look at this black dude with a gun. You find that more outside of the range, and I think that's the issue is
hmm
those that are passionate about firearms, they don't really care. They're just happy you shooting. However, there are those that kind of look at you funny that are in the range
hmm
though, so
hmm
be mindful of them too. So you don't want no mishaps.
Yeah, yeah, man. Because it's like just like cigars or anything, or motorcycles or anime or video games, whatever, man. Race doesn't matter again, man. That's the gun community is its own community too, man. I go
Mm-hmm.
to the gun range and it's all love. Hey, how you doing? What you shooting? What you got? What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
It's all fucking love, man. I think only one time where I had these guys when I was leaving out, they saw my target. It was like, ooh, man, you can shoot. Yep, I know.
You better believe it.
Or they'll see me training like when I was training. I took who did I take? Who did I take? I took Dre, and I was letting him
Yeah, I
shoot
thought it was Dre.
some of my stuff, man. And they was just, they was looking at me funny, but it was like, okay, all right, because I was training them,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, all right, okay, all right. So you know what I'm saying? That's another thing that we gotta get away from. Because seriously, man, everything ain't about fucking race, man. Sometimes this shit just get fucking annoying, bro. Like everybody just trying to have a good time. Everybody just want to be safe and all that
Yeah.
other shit, man. And then in the gun community, man, it's fucking beautiful, man. Oh, I shoot this, or I hold this like this, and I shoot this like this. Hey, man, let me show you a little trick right quick. Fuck yeah, what you got? Show me something.
Or hey man, do you want to shoot this?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey,
Like,
come check this out.
yeah, I love that shit, man. Like, I
Yeah, man.
love that shit. And it's, because I was apprehensive as fuck, especially in Mississippi going to the gun
Mm-hmm.
range. I'm like, oh, man. I go in
Mm-hmm.
there and I think the darkest thing other than me in there was the guns on the wall. And I was just like, fuck, here we go.
Mm,
But they gave me, I
yeah.
was like, yeah, man, I just moved here. I'm trying to do some shooting. It was like, yeah, man, you got to train, man. You got to train. Hell yeah. Watch this video. Set you up right here. Need some ammo? Come on and shoot, man. Let me tell you a couple
Mm-hmm.
trades. And I do it like this, man. Another good spot is to go here if you're looking for some. I was like, oh shit, hell yeah,
Appreciate that.
fuck yeah. And them some of the coolest fucking people in there, man. Coolest.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll actually go one day before I leave this fucking place, but probably not.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. But
I mean,
yeah,
we've been there, but we didn't shoot.
yeah,
So
yeah. Hey, and you saw the love when you went in there, and we didn't even
yeah,
shoot.
it was cool.
It
Yeah.
wasn't no watching us and shit like that. It was
Mm-mm.
It was a simple, hey, how you guys doing? You need some help? Let me know.
Yeah.
Asking
Hmm.
questions. They pull the motherfucker out. They show it to you. They got a story behind it. Yeah, I remember my dog was chasing a goddamn snake through the goddamn bayou the other damn day, and I took this motherfucker out right here, and I shot that son of a bitch square in the motherfucking eyes with that motherfucker, man. So if you gonna get that shit, that's exactly what the hell you need, boy. I'm trying to tell you. But I
They
mean,
better not say boy. Just don't say boy.
but you know they give you little backgrounds and shit about it, man. Which
Yeah,
I think is really
that's
fucking
true.
cool, man.
I mean, there's a lot. I think there's a lot of good in real life, and there is some bad. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot. There's more good I've seen in real life. The issue gets once these people get behind these damn keyboards
Yep, that's the
and
problem.
they get brave, man, and ain't shot a firearm in their life.
Nope, they can't fight to say they motherfucking ass.
Nope.
I'll fight you before I shoot you. That'd be more fun. I've been wanting to headbutt a motherfucker for at least 15 years now. Never got the opportunity, but as soon as I do, I digress.
Yep. So my black gun owners out there, let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know about them experiences.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
have you had a positive experience that just kind of caught you off guard? Yeah, even if you had a negative experience, share that too.
and give us some spots to check out, man.
Yeah,
Cause soon I might have a lot of time on my hands, so I might need
a whole
to
lot.
go take some trips, man. You know what
Oh,
I'm
when
saying?
you come here, there's this place I got to take you.
Yeah, so take. I want to check all the spots, man. I want to see
Yeah, after I
everything.
take you there, you might not want to leave Texas though.
No, I'm always gonna want to leave Texas. Y'all got that shit.
All right, man. So I started watching this anime, and I told you about it. It's called Terraform Mars.
Hmm.
And if you want to see people get fucked up a lot, gloriously, unsuspectingly, check that out.
It's pretty
Check
right.
that out. At least the first season. Second season, not so much. But the first season, check that out. So, like I do with anime, I like to see what the discourse is around a particular anime. And this one has been around for a while. And then one of the things that I did hear was like the concern with like the and I won't get into the story, but these are like the antagonist characters. And so when you see these characters, like the first thing people are saying, they look at that hair and they look at the color and they're like, wait a minute, are you trying to be subtly racist? And so in the first season, it didn't seem like that to me. But in the second season, I was like, wait a minute. New animation studio, the animation looks a little bit different. So I kind of see what they're talking about. And so when I went in the comments, people are, of course, like, I don't see what the issue is and all that shit. And they're always trying to make it an issue where it's not an issue. Not necessarily. I mean, if you look at them and you look at the black dude in One Punch Man that's in the top 10 heroes, they look very fucking similar.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, between that and then there was this anime called Kuroko no Basket. And this is a scene from the anime. And like those dudes are like some of the antagonists. And like I never watched it because I was like, why you got the black basketball players as the villains and all that shit? And they all have negative character traits. So I started thinking about like anime as a whole with like Mr. Popo and all that shit. And
Hmm.
we've talked about like racist anime characters, but we never talked about racism as a concept in anime, man. So what do you think? And are there any anime that you've picked up on, Dan?
Yeah, there's definitely racism in anime, man. Just like the picture you showed, man. It's awfully similar to a brother, but he just got antennae. But you definitely see it, man. And I really think a lot of this shit is based off of the stereotypes that they see
Mm-hmm.
from here over there, and they come to these conclusions of this is what the hell black people are, and
Mm-hmm.
they're racist and they're thugs and they're antagonists and they're, you know what I'm saying, they're just bad guys. And then I mean it's always the picture's always been painted is black is wrong, white is right. It's always
Mm-hmm.
been that type of concept, especially in fucking anime. Like, oh, he's the black demon lord son prince motherfucker. Like it's always fucking been like that, man. And
Mm-hmm.
even you think about like Dragon Balls, and I just fucking thought about that too. You got the motherfuckers who don't read well, who all the thing they fucking know how to do is fucking fight, and they turn into monkeys, and then you got Frieza. I mean, I'm not saying it's the actual the same thing, but I mean it
Mm-hmm.
kind of looks like that. And then the old 1950s depiction of how they saw us in cartoons, they did the shit with Mr. Popo.
Mm-hmm.
specifically, man. And it's definitely fucking there, and I still don't really fucking get why it's there because they're fucking cartoons. And then even some of them, they make them sound like that old 1970s jive turkey sucker kind of,
Mhm.
dialogue when they talking and shit like that. And I'm like, we don't even talk like that no more. I get it if it's like the 60s and 70s, yeah, they kind of talk like that. But now it's just no, they don't fucking do that, man. So
Mhm.
like I said, man, like I told you offline, I really ain't got much in this fight right here, man. But you go for it, man. What you got?
All right, so there's two sides of it to me. There's racism in terms of like black people in anime to me, and then there's racism as a concept in anime to me. So you touched on a lot of the points on like racism towards black people in anime, and I won't rehash those, but it is to me the big thing in how a lot of characters are drawn, and that's what bothers me the most about like certain anime. And like Mr. Popo learned that there was a Pokemon that looked real suspect that they gave the Popo treatment and made her purple.
Hmm.
um, if I remember, I'll put a picture of the character in it right there, and add that too. And it's just like there's an old anime called Cyborg 009. There was a black character in there, and he was drawn terrible. And until recently, I would say probably the last 5, maybe 10 years, they they really haven't drawn black people well in anime. And we have some good Ogun, I think his name is in Fire Force. He's animated well, but then they still have some bad ones too, and it's still there. I mean, and then it's like the stereotypes, like Killer B.
Yeah,
Why he got a rap? Like that ain't all we do.
that
And
shit
so
fucked up.
it's funny though, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
why they got to be the case? And so, like, you know, it's still there, and sometimes I notice it, but then it's like, okay, what you gonna do? You can stop watching altogether, or watch something else, or like with Kuroko no Basket, that's just not one I really care to watch. I mean, it's sport anime, so it's even less likely to watch sport anime anyway. But there's that. But then also the other side of it that I think anime does very well is the concept of racism. So there's a few anime in particular that come to mind, Code Geass, where there was racist against the Japanese
hmm
in that particular one, and they designate them by their zone, and so they call them 11s. And I swear, like, and it's Code Geass, it's one of my favorite anime, and I swear every time they will say 11 in an anime, I heard nigga every single time. Like I was like, Kim, do you hear nigga every time they say 11? Like with the
she heard it
disdain
too.
that they say
She
11,
heard
and she's like, maybe,
it
maybe. And so they handled that well. And then they also there's an anime that we watched recently called 86,
too.
and that one was wild. Like it's a good military anime, war type anime, which is good, and it's good on a lot of levels. Like the way it handles racism, like it talks about like to the point that like the on top society would say that yeah, we aren't losing any lives in this battle because they have these people who look different doing all the fighting, and they don't consider them human
hmm
because of their race. And because of that technicality, they're able to say that, oh, no lives are being lost, and somewhat try to have a guilt free conscience. And there's a lot of anime that cover racism, like the Uchiha in fucking Naruto, the Fishmen in One Piece.
hmm
Like a lot of themes of racism are covered, and it's not like in Western media where it's like they try to beat you over the head with it. It's like it's a little more.
That real
We're gonna
soul.
show you the we're gonna
Mm.
show you the concept and kind of show you the implications of the concept.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do it
just
crime too.
yeah, they do exactly. Elves in another anime, um, elves and so I think that's one of the things that I think anime does well. If they could just animate black people better, we'd be cooking. So I think sometimes if people like took those themes of racism, even Attack on Titan. I mean, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And like, if they took those themes, look at the implications of those themes, apply that to how certain situations have transpired over here, it would give you a whole different vantage point because a lot of those anime are from the perspective of those that are on the bottom of the hierarchy, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at it from that point, then frame it, replace it with slavery, replace it with, Jim Crow, replace it with segregation. You know what I'm saying? Like you see like some of the things that we're saying about systemic issues in a whole different light if you can make that correlation. And I think a lot of times that gets missing on some people. I got a question for you. So if you were watching an anime and it had an overtly racist description of a black character, would you stop watching it?
Honestly, just being the type of person that I am, probably not. Because if it's good, I'm still gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll call the bullshit for what's bullshit. I definitely call
Mm-hmm.
that shit out. Like, oh, that's some racist ass shit. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times those characters that they depict as racist do some shit, and I'm just like, hell yeah, that's right, bro, that's right, motherfucker, hell yeah. But it goes back to what I was saying in the beginning, man. It's just I think it has a lot to do with their perception of black people, the way we're perceived in every fucking country, which is bullshit. But and that's where they get it from. Fucking also the way they're drawn, the way they talk. I mean, like you said, Killer B, for example, he raps. Oh, black people rap and they be dancing and shit all the fucking time. And then you look at it, Raikage. Oh, black people are aggressive and they're angry all
Mm-hmm.
the time and they're always ready to fight without fucking thinking. I mean, it's just the perception of us that
Mm-hmm.
they get from these animes. Hey, put some brothers that's in there in Japan, man. I know there's some brothers out there in Japan that's
Mm-hmm.
really really digging fucking anime. Pull some of us in to get a better perspective of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Since we talking about anime, man, I asked a question to the wife the other day, man, and if there was a three-way fight and who would win, man, you got Arnold's Bardigo or whatever the fuck you call his name. You got
Mm-hmm.
Rimuru, and you got the character from what's it called? My the wise man's grandchild.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that shit's called. Who will win the fight?
I say Anos, man.
Really?
And the reason why I say Anos, man, because Anos basically has like whatever power the plot demands. Oh, you need to be resurrected? Bang. Whereas Rimuru can do it too, but it takes a little more work. Um, Wise Man Grandchild, I think he would probably that dude would probably come in third out of the three. I think Anos, then Rimuru, then and I have to see where Rimuru is now too. But I think because just like I think One Punch Man washes like all hand to hand fighters
Okay.
because
Yeah.
he was basically designed to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and the plot allows that to happen. So like anybody who's like Saitama can't beat Goku, you missing the whole point of One Punch Man. And
Don't overpunch.
yeah, I mean that's really it. I mean it's supposed to be a parody, and I mean to some degree, Anos is kind of like that same way. Like if a motherfucker can beat you with his heartbeat,
Cold as fuck.
like nobody's messing with that.
Yeah, and I was watching. We started watching that shit dub, like you said on the
Mm-hmm.
last episode, bro. With the level of shit talking, it's so much
Mm-hmm.
better in fucking English, man. It's just dope, man. But I said Rimuru would win for the
Mm-hmm.
simple fact that Rimuru could eat Anos.
But see, and that's the thing, though. I agree with you. However,
He would come up with some
he,
anti-eating shit.
right, he would do some shit like he would have a power specifically for that. To whereas if you eat him, you basically it either works against you or
Yeah,
he consumes. He eats. It's too much energy for the thing to eat, so then it gets absorbed or some shit. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. You're
So I
right.
think that's why like Anos is on top to me.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, man. Just a random question, man. Since I told you I ain't had too much of a dog in the fight, I had to say something around this bitch.
It's
But
all
yeah, man.
good, man.
Y'all let us know, man. Some in the comments what y'all think about racism in anime for my real anime fans out there.
Yeah. And if somebody says that they feel that a particular anime has a racist element, don't just be like, well, I don't see it, so it's not there. You haven't lived what they've lived. You haven't seen what they've seen. So don't, from your vantage point, try to judge. Try to understand. Try to
Yeah,
say, okay, like, what about that do you see? And like with Terraform Mars, like, I can it's not a big deal to me. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm super annoyed and triggered now. But there's a lot of characters in anime that those cockroaches look very similar to.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they use the same color brown in the color palette. I'm just saying.
All right, man. So my accessories is about done, man. Hands is empty, man. So we're gonna start with you, man. How has your accessories ended up this evening?
The cigar, I had to fight it a little bit till about the halfway point, but then it finally got some sense about itself. I mean, it was always a good flavored cigar, and it went well with the scotch. So, the pairing was great. I did finish off the bottle, so I think I have to get some more scotch in my life. Hadn't had scotch in a minute, so it's definitely fun to get some scotch in. But yeah, good pairing, definitely good. Um, Not for the weak, definitely not for the weak. If you like that mild cigars, if you're a Macanudo smoker, you like Macanudos and mixed drinks,
It ain't for
this ain't
you.
your pairing. This is not your pairing. What about you, man?
The cigar was good, man. It burned well the entire time, man. I really did. I only had to relight it once because I was running my fucking mouth. But other than that, man, it smoked real good. Slowed down at the end so I could actually enjoy it, man. It got some good flavors off of it. Um, it was spicy at first, but the spice went away for some reason. It completely
It happens.
just smoked real good, man. And the Belvedere was fucking Belvedere, man. This ain't the early 2000s T.I. and Jeezy first came out and they popping Belvedere bottles and shit, but the shit was really popping. It's just fucking Belvedere. Had a red tag on it.
It usually does.
Had a red tag. So
next time you buy some liquor, man, take a picture of the red tag, man.
Bet. Say no more. I gotta go in a couple days, so I got you. Yeah, man. Not a bad pairing as always, man. I'm gonna try next recording. I'm probably gonna throw some tequila off in the mix, man, to see how that goes. I've tried tequila on here before with a cigar, and they ain't go too bad. So I'm gonna switch it. I'm about tired of fucking vodka, but not bad.
I'm tired of it for you.
You should be.
All right, you got anything for the people?
Yeah, man. Don't judge a person by their skin or their verbiage, if you will. Get to know the fucking person. I mean, there's a lot of full of shit people in every ethnicity, but don't base it off a word, man. Don't be fearful of a fucking word. Educate yourself first before you fucking speak. And after you educate yourself and you speak, have a fucking dialogue. Don't be biased. Just open your mind and listen to each other, man. And it'll be a fucking better world out here.
Yep. I'd say on that, seek to understand and not to always be right. I mean, I think that's cool. And other than that, man, my usual shit: smoke good cigars, drink good drinks, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Episode 95 in the books. We out.
Yeah.